sure I was still alive. So thank you. So it was crazy because I was in Wilmington, Delaware, of all places, and I was playing this show, and I was gonna go on stage, and the place is called World Cafe Live. Now, when you're on the road as a troubadour, sometimes you're playing the big rooms and sometimes you're playing the small rooms. You just don't know. Now, I don't have a draw in Wilmington, Delaware. I've never played Wilmington, Delaware. New York City, good. Wilmington, Delaware, bad for me. So I went there and I was kind of worried about it. So I was nervous and I hadn't been getting enough sleep. And I was eating some pizza and I was with these friends of mine and I was kind of nervous. And my friend came in and goes, I got some bad news. And I said, what? He says, there's only 18 people in the crowd right now. I was like, 18? Are you sure it's not 19? So then I said, well, what's going on? And then I went downstairs because there's the big room at World Cafe Live. And my friends in the band Southern Culture on the Skids were playing there. So they're great, right? I toured with them in the Rugbird, so I go, I'm hugging them, and I'm thinking, well, maybe if I waste a lot of time, more people will show up upstairs, because maybe they're just late, because it's raining. So they say to me, oh, you're in the upstairs room. And they do it in a voice almost like they're asking you about a friend's funeral, right? So I say, yeah, I'm in the upstairs room. It's going to be okay, though. And I go upstairs, and as I walk on stage, I'm counting the people, and yes, there's 18 people in the audience. So I'm kind of depressed about it, but I figured that's okay. I'm a professional, I'm a troubadour, I'm going to give them the best show I can. In fact, sometimes the best shows of your life are when there's only 18 people there. They're fun because you can do crazy shit and you look interesting. Now, me personally, I feel at home at the Belly Up in front of 600 people. Base for me. I've been playing San Diego since 1979. Yeah, I moved here, and we had come down from Canada, then we moved to Palm Springs, so I got a job at this place called Round Table Pizza in La Mesa. So I was working for this guy, Mr. McDonald. Now, the night manager said to me, hey man, why don't you come over to our house? We live in a place called Tierra Santa, and I just moved to San Diego. Tierra Santa, that sounds so cool. Okay. So it was 1979, I was 19 years old, and the guy gave me a fake ID so I could get beers to bring to the party. He says to me, have you ever done cocaine? And I said, no, but I want to. So he says to me, okay, hang on, we're getting some. I said, okay, but I don't really have a lot of money. My parents gave me $50 for college, and it's in my ATMs that just come out. I had a First Interstate bank card. So I said, okay. So I go over to his house, and he goes, now listen to me. You gotta put this straw in your nose and then you'll snort it up, right? And I'll never forget, he puts on the vinyl, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and the Torpedo. It had just come out, so I hear, and all of a sudden I hear Tom go, we got something we both know we don't talk too much about it. Somehow we get around. More. That move. So the only reason I'm telling you this is because it has nothing to do with what happened with me, but I was thinking of bad decisions I've made in my life. So there I am in Wilmington, Delaware. I'm playing the show, and all of a sudden my vision starts short-circuiting. It's going in and out. And I'm originally from Canada, and we don't like to upset people, so I said, I'm not going to say anything to the audience. And then I go completely blind, and I go, well, this is not right. That's what I said. I said, this is not right at all. So I'm blind, and then I can kind of see through a keyhole in my left eye. So I figure, well, I'll keep playing the show, and maybe I'll see a doctor next year in the new year when I'm off the road. And then I go, in my mind, I'm like, this sucks. I don't want to be blind. And then my vision comes back. I wished it to come back. And then this little card says, will you do the song about the giraffe you wrote? The Lonely Giraffe? And I said, yeah, I'll do the song. And I pulled the lyrics out, and I had forgotten how to read. Whatever happened in my brain, I couldn't read anymore. It may have well have been a manifesto from the Unabomber, for all I know what it was. I was looking at it, and it was the words to a really nice song. So I keep singing, and I go, I'm sorry, Carly, I can't do your song. I can't read. And she says, what do you mean you can't read? I go, I think my glasses are foggy. So then the audience is looking weird. So somebody somebody requests a Rockburn song called Single Life. So this is a song I probably played 1,000,006 times, but all I do is the second verse 5 times in a row. And the audience is laughing, thinking I'm taking the piss out of them, because this is something I might do. I might come out in an Andy Kaufman-esque kind of way, take the piss out of the audience and do the second verse 5 times, and act like it's normal. But they're laughing at me, and I feel like Carrie in the movie Carrie when they say, they're all gonna laugh at you, and I don't know why they're laughing at me. So then, my vision starts short-circuiting again, only this time I go completely blind. No keyhole. So I'm dizzy, vertigo comes in. It's like the next level of the video game. So I say to the audience, can you guys see? And this guy goes, I can see. And they're laughing, and I go, can you see, Mr. Soundman? And the soundman turns the lights bright. I can see, Steve. Now the soundman was also the promoter of the show who booked Southern culture on the skids, but he was a huge fan of mine and would rather see me play for 18 people than Southern culture for 250 people downstairs. So I'm playing the show, and then I think I'm gonna faint. So I sink down, I'm about to pass out. So I go, this is not right. And I say to the audience, I'll do Chinese Vacation. I do Chinese Vacation. I'm on the 7th fret where I cable it, but I become tone deaf. I can't find the note. I can't see, I can't find the note. So I say to the audience, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to stop this show. How long have I ever played? And they go, an hour. You're supposed to play 2 hours. I go, I have to stop the show. I can't see. So I stop the show, and then I say, I gotta get out of here. I look at my pedal board, and it's like I've never seen it. I go, how am I gonna pack up these flyer things? What are they called? And the people with me go, what the hell is wrong with you? I can kind of see through my left eye. I go, listen, I gotta drive south to Virginia. I gotta be on the radio tomorrow in Charlottesville, Virginia. They go, Steve, you are not driving anywhere. My wife, you're gonna drive with my wife, and I'm gonna drive your rental car. And his wife was hot, so I go, okay, I'll drive with your wife. I get in the car with his wife, and I can't really see it. She says, don't you know a doctor in San Diego? I go, yeah, he's one of my really good friends. He's a Padres doctor, a team doctor for the Padres. She says, what's his name? And I go, I don't know. And she goes, but I thought you go to lunch with him all the time. I said, I do, but I can't remember his name. So then I say, he gave me his bat phone. And so she says, his bat phone? I type that into my iPhone, and what comes up is Dr. Kakahashi, but I don't see it. I go, his name's Dr. Batman. And then she says to me, what? And I go, oh wait, it's Kakahashi. There it is. So she drives me, and I call Dr. Kakahashi. He says, Steve, was it like a curtain coming down? And I said, yes. And he goes, you need to go to the hospital right now. This is not good. So they bring me to the hospital. I'm kind of blind. I go in. They lay me down, give me an EKG, do a CAT scan, then they put me into the MRI machine for an hour and a half. And the guy says to me, what do you want to listen to? Because it's going to be loud. He has plastic headphones. And I go, Neil Young. And the MRI guy goes, good choice. So I go into the MRI machine and I'm blind, and I'm listening to Cinnamon Girl. I will never hear that song the same again. So I hear Neil going, I want to live with the Cinnamon Girl. And I'm going in there, I get out, and then this doctor comes back to the hospital. She goes, Mr. Poltz, I'm Dr. Nady. She's an Indian woman, beautiful. She says, I'm a endocrinologist here at Princeton University Medical Center. Can you smile for me like this? And I go, yeah. And she goes, can you touch your nose? Yeah. Can you feel this? She's touching me all over. I said, listen, I gotta be on the radio tomorrow. She goes, it's actually today at 6 a.m. I go, it is? And then she says, yeah. And I said, well, I gotta go now. I gotta drive south. I gotta get to Charlottesville to be on the radio. She said, Mr. Poltz, you're going upstairs, you've had a stroke. I wanted to start crying. I wanted to call my mom, but I didn't want to upset her because, you know, we're Canadian. So I didn't call her. So I go into the hospital, they do a bunch more tests, put me under that Michael Jackson drug. That shit is good, by the way. I can see why he liked it. So the doctor says to me, now I've been sober 10 years, because as I mentioned earlier, that's where the story's going. I developed a little problem with cocaine and drinking, so I ended up getting sober, right? It's okay. I want you guys to get fucked up, do all the drugs you can. I like it when people drink or whatever they want to do. I'm not a preacher. So, anyways, so I get into the hospital, and they say to me, they do all these tests, and the guy says, we're going to give you this drug called propofol because we're going to have to knock you out to do what's called a transesophageal ultrasound. We're going to go down so we can check out your heart to see if there's a hole in your heart. So the guy says to me, how much do you weigh? And I say, 150. And that's what I weigh, 150. He goes, how tall are you? I go, 6'1". And he goes, 150? I said, yeah, and I feel the drugs kicking in on the IV, and they feel so good. I go, 155. He said, all I kept saying, I don't know, so you remind me, I was going, 5 more pounds. parents in New Jersey. I come back to San Diego to home. They go, you gotta go to UCSD Medical Center where you belong, and you're gonna get a neurologist. So I get this neurologist here in San Diego, and he's from Germany, he's from Berlin, and it was my goal to try to make him laugh. So I had to make a guy from Berlin who's a neurologist laugh. I tried everything, and finally I got him on this line. First of all, he says to me, we're going to do another MRI on your brain because we have to shoot dye into your brain because where your stroke was in the thalamus region. It was very strange. If this could happen, you have a 30% chance of this happening at any time. Merry Christmas. I'm totally scared, right? So I say, can you do the MRI? Because my insurance, I paid it in nut quality. I wanted to do 4 years. I go, can you do the MRI for 4 years? Because I hear they're having a Black Friday sale on brain dye injections. With MRIs. He just goes. He doesn't laugh. And then he kind of smiled a little, and then I thought, okay, he smiled. I got him to smile a little bit. This is good. And then I got greedy, and I went for a second laugh, and I said, last year I flew so many miles on Southwest Airlines that I got a companion pass and a stroke. So then he says to me, okay, we're going to do more blood tests on you for your kidneys, and we'll also give you a test for HIV and syphilis. And I go, why? And he goes, you know, you're a musician. And I go, racial profiling, talk about musician profiling. So then I got to go back over the test results and do all that shit, and you log on to see what your results are. I'm like, well, shit, man, I have toured in my life, and so I'm typing in, it says must-see physician for test results. So I go in there and see the guy, and I'm acting like I'm yawning, like I don't care, but I go, didn't you do some tests? He goes, yes, I did a test to make sure that your kidney could have a brain dye, and it's fine. And then he doesn't say anything else, and all I'm thinking is, man, what about the fucking AIDS test? I go, didn't you do other tests? And he goes, oh yeah, syphilis and HIV, but of course those were negative. Then I